Hey, golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the Golf Club 2019. Today we do have another Meet the Designer series for you, and I'm absolutely delighted to introduce Jason, aka Sokol Designs. Thanks very much for joining up with us tonight, Jason. How are you, pal?
I'm great. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, mate. So do you want to tell us a bit about your course that we are going to be chatting about tonight, Jason?
Yeah, really quick. It's in the Swiss theme, heavily secluded, lots of woods, and just kind of inspiration from where I live.
Wow, fantastic. Really looking forward to play this one, guys. We have showcased one of Jason's courses on the channel previously, and lo and behold, this is only his second course. So as you can see, fairways are normal, greens are firm, green speed's medium fast. We are going to be leaving everything else to default. We do have 4 tee options. We will be playing off the blue tees, which are 7,470 yards. And for the camera flyby purposes, pin set numero uno. Let's begin round. So, Jason, how long have you been designing, mate? Obviously, I've just said that this is only your second course, but I mean, due to the quality of the courses you're putting out there, mate, surely you've been designing for a fair while, have you? Or are you relatively new to the designing game?
Probably about 9 months to a year.
Wow. That is impressive, mate. So we are on the first tee box, guys, and it is par 4, playing 461 yards.
Yeah, on this, I wanted to give you options here, the golfer options on where to take the ball first. That's kind of what you're seeing over this flyby.
Yeah. It's a beautiful first looking hole, mate. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. We've got very mild winds here, so let's see what we do. Unfortunately, guys, we're not going to have Jason playing along with us. He is a PC player, so this is kind of like a trial and error. This is the first time we've had a guest designer who's not on the PS4, so hopefully this one goes well for you guys. But hopefully I can step up to the plate and entertain the course for you. So it's a decent opening drive for me.
Yeah, it's a good shot.
So what is the name of your course, Jason, that we are playing here? Obviously, a few of the guys can see it on the screen, but the crooked mouse.
The crooked moose, yeah.
Crooked moose, yeah. What was your thought process going behind picking a name like that?
Well, there's actually I think there's 5 hidden moose on this golf course. That's scattered throughout. And you know where I'm from, it's mountainous terrain, and we got a lot of moose. And this is kind of the inspiration is a resort style course, so it's not designed to kill you. It's a resort, so it's kind of a resort town.
Yeah. I'm just trying to play my approach shot and get a decent bounce out, run out down this slope, and it's trickling up towards the pin beautifully. Wow. And hopefully we can convert that for an opening birdie. Thanks very much, mate. Much appreciated, bud. Hopefully we can convert this. So I take it you have played this on the PC before you released it, Jason, is that right?
I have, yeah.
So what kind of score am I looking for here then, mate? What's your record score around your course?
Me? I'm terrible. I'm probably 10 over. You're going to probably go way under that.
You're a talented designer, mate. I can't design. So hole number 2 is a par 3 playing 205 yards. And what a beautiful looking hole this is, Jason.
Yeah, see, I take my cues from CB McDonald, and he loves to put bunkers right in front. And I kind of did that, heavily protected in the front of this green, at least.
Certainly don't want to come up short of this green here, or you'll be in severe trouble. I'm just going to try and use this slope that you're seeing on the green here, guys, to my advantage to hold the ball with this 5-iron de-lofted. So, I mean, like we said before, we have played one of your courses, your only course that you have released, and I just find that a guy that is only released one course, this being a second course, and the standard of the courses you have released are just outstanding. I really can't wait for your future work. So how long did this course take to actually design from start to finish, Jason?
Oh, I'd say about 100, maybe 180 hours, 200 hours.
That doesn't surprise me, mate, because like I said, I seen the class a pure miss in that part. I seen the quality of your first course, mate, and you can tell that you're a a man who takes pride in his work and really looks at the finer details of the course. And 180 to 200 hours is inspirational, mate. I mean, wow, that must require a lot of patience. So hole number 3 is a par 5 playing 555 yards. And hopefully Jason's going to describe this first of the par 5s for us.
Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward par 5. As you can see, it's protected by bunkers throughout. A couple trees that are cut down there on the right, with that heavily protected on the right side. So I'm kind of forcing maybe the player to play a little left, or they could take on that bunker and go straight at it.
Yeah, so once again, we do have options here. I'm just looking to probably find the left center of this fairway. It looks like that's the flattest surface for me. Obviously, I've got the lie grid turned off, but I'm very fortunate to be playing these mild, low wind conditions. It should kick out to the extreme left here, I'd imagine. There we go.
That was a frozen rope, Lee. You hit the dead on target.
Yeah, mate. It's like I say, with these lie grids turned off, it's so hard to gauge at times, like what kind of lie the ball is at your feet. But hopefully we can get this 2-iron up into that elevated green. Slight wind advantage here.
Yeah, and this is a huge green.
Yeah, it is. It's a massive green, mate. Was there any reason in particular you made this green so large, or?
For pin options. This is just pin number 1, but pin number 4 is way tucked in the back by the stands.
Yeah.
So it really lengthens the hole quite a bit.
I think a lot of designers do forget about that. Some of them make greens so tight, and when you play the other pin positions, you're like, that's about 3 feet away from pin set number 1, and it just seems repetitive. But I would imagine here, with the way you're explaining where pin set number 4 is, why that's going to make this hole a totally different challenge.
Yeah, and that's the point. Did you get the guide I released? I don't know if you.
I did, mate. And what I'm going to do is, it's a fantastic guide, guys. Once again, the detail that Jason's put into the guide, I will leave a link to it in the video description. I'm sure we can figure a way out to do that. So we do step onto the 4th tee box, and it is a par 4 playing 500 yards.
Yeah, it's a kind of uphill then downhill to a sloping downhill green slight. Again, protected by a bunch of bunkers on the left. And then, like I said, hopefully it gives you that secluded feel. Lots of trees.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly does. I mean, the way you've the tree line is, mate, like you say, you do feel secluded, and at times it looks like that. I would imagine if there was a strong wind blowing to the right there, you would probably have to take in a fade shot rather than aiming more into the tree line. So it's going to add for a more challenge. It's just disappointing that my default settings have gave us mild winds, because I would certainly love to play this course in windy conditions.
And if I could find a way, and I don't even know, I mean, I looked, I was trying to find a way to bump up the weather. Like I said, I'm newer to the designer. So
yes,
I was looking for it and I couldn't really find it. So that's the shame of it all.
Yeah, there's plenty options for us players to adapt your course, mate. We can set the winds and things like that, but I like to keep it in the golfing gods. So I'm just trying to get the 6-iron as close as I can to the pin. Looks like I've got a good strike. Green should start to turn. Maybe a bit long there. Might come back off it. No, we're going to trickle off. But honestly, guys, Jason had sent me a link, which I don't know how I'll go around it. I'm sure we'll be able to get it in the video description. And this thing is fantastic. He's got a name for each and every hole, and he's got the best way how to play each and every hole as well. It's like a guide. So hopefully I can get that linked into the video description, because that must have took you some time as well, Jason. This has got a chance it's pulled up short. That must have took you some time to come up with as well, mate.
It did. I did release one for the Bluffs at Montauk. That's on the website, on my website that I did. So I probably will put this guide on the website as well.
Yeah, well, that would maybe be the best thing to do. If you put it on the website, and if it's okay with you, I will leave the link to your website in the video description, and guys can go and check out your work, because it's certainly worthwhile checking out. So hole number 5 is a fairly short par 4, playing 424 yards.
Yeah, and this one I wanted to, again, I don't want to kill everybody with a lot of long holes. So I kind of mixed it, some long, some short, but I wanted to give some options here. So if you had a good strong wind, you probably maybe, I don't know if you can drive that river, but if you had a strong wind, you probably could, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at it there. If I had a strong wind, mate, double figure winds, I'd be looking to take on the fairway. It's just in front of us to our left now where our ball's checked up. But like you say, mate, once again, plenty of options off the tee box, which is refreshing. You've got variations on the lengths at each and every single hole as well. So hopefully I can get this one dialed in. This is one of the first times we've had a shorter iron into the green. Just 149 yards out. We've lofted up this 9-iron.
Good strike.
Looks like it should bounce out fairly well for me here on the firm greens. It's going to leave us with about a 12 to 15 foot putt.
That was a good shot, though. Nice strike.
Yeah, I'm hitting the ball clean this now, mate. Long may it continue. Very little break in this green here. So is there a reason you set your green speeds to 157, Jason, rather than faster or slower? Or what was your thought process for that?
Again, I wanted them faster, so I might go in and change it a little, bump it up a little bit.
All right. I think it suits the course, to be fair, so far it's now, mate, because it makes the greens fairly deceptive, you know?
Yeah,
it allows players
like
to attack the greens. But hole number 6 is a par 4, playing 468 yards, and what a beautiful looking hole this is. Wow.
Yeah, this hole is... again, I like a lot of visual deception, and you can see those 2 trees.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw a golfer off. The best play is actually straight. Those trees are not even in your way if you hit that straight.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But again, I wanted that deception a bit.
The deception's certainly there, pal, because, I mean, obviously we're watching the pre-recorded footage here, guys. I'm not playing this live because, like we said earlier, we're on Skype here, but I certainly didn't think I could play through the trees. That's why I took the option down the right-hand side. I thought that was going to take me closer to this pin location here, and it's left me with another 9-iron. But really enjoying this course here. Once again, absolute pleasure to play. And thank you very much for accepting the invite to come on to the Meet the Designer series, Jason. It's truly appreciated, mate, to get a man of your caliber and talents onto the show.
Well, Lee, I mean, first of all, thank you for showcasing, a brand new designer that, quite frankly, you don't know any history about. That says a lot about you and what you're willing to do. So I appreciate your channel and what you bring.
Oh, thanks very much for that, mate. Honestly, pal, it's my pleasure. Without guys like you, this game would be dead in the water by now because the courses you guys design, especially ones like this in your previous course, it's just a wow factor, mate. It really is, and it makes this game so enjoyable. So we do move on to hole number 7, which is a par 3, playing 174 yards, and what a stunning looking hole this is, Jason. Wow, beautiful, mate.
Yeah, I like a little bit of humor in golf, and you can see there's a lighthouse over there on the left. Yeah. I think that's pretty funny in a mountainous terrain lake. So that's kind of the humor portion of it. And you can see there's a bunker over the carry. So if you did kill it, you'd be safe in that bunker. But really, this is a nod to Pete Dye. I had to do it. I mean, I looked at this terrain and I said, I've got to do an island green. I know it's so cliche, but I just had to do it. Nice shot.
Thanks very much. I'm hoping it just catches this little slope, which it has. Almost getting the ace there, just coming up short. But it's just great to get the designer's thought process in each and every single hole, and it's so refreshing to listen to your thought process on it. And I tell you what, this would be a fantastic course to add to society events with the grandstand. So we do move on to another par 5, and it's hole number 8, playing 585 yards.
Yeah, and then you can see the waterfall feature on the right with that river. This river flows through this golf course quite often, and this is pretty straight par five, but a couple of things in the way on the top of the drive, and it leaves for a good second shot because I sloped that green down a little bit. You'll probably see it on the second shot.
Yeah, well, we'll just take a quick look at this waterfall here. I'm not the best with the camera, but look at that waterfall, guys. It is beautiful. Really adds an extra dimension to the course. And I'm just trying to come in between these two bunkers here. Hopefully we can avoid kicking in. It looks like the fairway may kick slightly to the left. It's a good strike. Oh, we could be skirting with the bunker here depending on the bounce we get. Oh, and we have trickled in. I must have pulled that one ever so slightly. So we're making things difficult for ourselves on this par 5. But once again, it's a really well-placed bunker there, Jason. Very strategic. I'm not sure if any other club set would reach that from the back tees, but it's certainly in play for the master clubs.
Yeah. I originally had that as blank. There was nothing there, and I thought, you know what, it's too easy. I mean, it's a straight par 5, and I wanted to throw something in there, but it gives you options. You can go left of those bunkers, or to the right, or to the middle.
That's right, man. That's what's so refreshing about this course so far. Is I think we've had 2 or 3 options, different ways to play each and every single hole, and I guess it's all down to the player with what shots in his arsenal and maybe what clubs he's using as well and what club set. But it's fantastic to be doing these. So, I mean, I probably know the answer to this, Jason, but before you hit the designer mode, which you've only probably been in twice, do you sketch out your each and every single hole so you know what you're doing in there, or do you maybe adapt things and take it from there without taking it from a blueprint?
No, I as you know from my previous course, I lay everything out on paper first. Nice putt. I lay everything out on paper where I do the routing first, and then I go into each hole design and I draw them out, and then I kind of put the hole where the terrain allows me. I don't do the other way around. I don't really shape the terrain to the hole. It's the other way. It's the hole to the terrain. Because, be honest, my favorite golf courses are links courses and minimal equipment. I just like that. I like the fact that it's the golfer's option to get there.
Yeah, totally get
like St. Andrews. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, mate. It's like I say, it's fantastic to get your insight into things, and it's amazing how designers, how you guys do things differently. You know, some of you do things the same way, but some of you do things completely the different way. But hole number 9 here, beautiful looking par 4, playing 410 yards. I've left myself a wedge here to the pin.
Yeah, this is an early morning setting, so this is a morning lighting you have today.
The lighting is fantastic, mate, and it really suits the course. I've dialed that wedge in. But what theme is this? For the guys that don't know, yeah, Swiss theme.
Swiss theme, yeah.
I think you did touch upon that at the start of the video, but I mean, Swiss theme is probably my second favorite theme behind the Highlands theme. But solid front 9 there. We are 7 under par going through the first 9 holes, as we do move on to hole number 10, which is a par 4 playing 476 yards.
And this hole, one of my favorite modern designers, Arthur Hills, and he does a lot of blind 90-degree stuff sometimes, and that's what you're seeing through those trees. And this is a 90-degree kind of hole, dog leg to the left, with a tough pin position right in the front.
Yeah, that is a brutal pin position, mate, to be honest. Be interesting to see what we can do here. I'm just looking to see if we can get in between these trees here. No chance. Too much rough. Always scoping for any advantage off the tee box there, but it looks like we're going to have to play the 2 woods here. once again, I would imagine with a favourable wind behind us, could well take on the big dog and fly over that bunker. But it'd have to be a strong wind. You'd have to be a brave man to take it on.
Again, that's why I wanted it in there. A visual deception. There's a
Yes.
moose. If you look, there's a moose on the other side of this river.
Oh, okay, mate. Hopefully we can catch it. Oh, I've just trickled into the light rough there, but hopefully the camera picks it up. But so it's basically like an Easter egg. These mooses, mate. That's a fantastic, fantastic addition to the course.
And again, I like a blind second shot too.
Yes. As you can see, guys, I'm having to use the camera to scope in to see where the flag is because we've got so much terrain in front of us. Has this got the legs? I'm looking for a bind, so I think we're going to catch the bunker, and that's going to be buried like a fried egg. That is going to be buried, so we're going to have to scramble. Look at the stance I've got here. This ball's going to go way left.
Yeah, my again, I take my P's and Q's from the old timers, and their bunkers are never flat. They're just deep and they're nasty.
But that's the thing, mate. I mean, I want to be punished when I play a poor shot, you know. And it's the same with the rough. That didn't come out well. Could well be dropping a shot here. I want to be punished for hitting bunkers and heavy rough and things like that. And like you say, that is a really deep bunker there. You could see by my stance how awkward it would be to play it in real life.
Yeah,
so if you took is there any inspirations from real life courses being placed into the crooked moose pal, or is it just purely fantasy here?
No, there is a lot of real life inspiration. So again, my favorite courses are going to be Shinnecock, the National, CB, Seaman McDonald is one of my favorites, and he has a lot of wide fairways, and then he narrows them down sometimes, and you'll see a lot of that inspiration in this. Arthur Hills is one that's in there. Pete Dye is one of my my favorite modern guys.
Yeah, I mean, you can certainly see the Shinnecock. What's the word? The inspiration in this course, the similarities to Shinnecock. For a fantasy course, it plays really, really well. I mean, if you told me that this was an RCR situated somewhere from your neck of the woods, mate, I would truly believe you. And I think that's a really good compliment that I can give you there, that your course plays very, very realistic.
And thank you. That's kind of what I was going for. You probably won't get from me like the crazy designs, but hopefully you get a real feel and a real style of golf.
Yeah, it's a realistic fantasy course, isn't it, mate? If that's the kind of term we're looking for, it's not out there. That should keep running up towards the pin, hopefully.
It's a good shot. But again, on that opening drive, you can see, I don't know if you saw it, but the fairway kicks over to the right. It gives a golfer another angle at the green if they didn't want to go to that choke point.
Yeah, that was exactly what I tried to play, mate, when obviously we were discussing something else. We didn't really discuss the flyover, but just to look at the grandstands here, guys, that's all I'm showing you here. I mean, beautiful grandstands. I mean, this course is going to be in so many societies. I imagine so. the crowds will just give this a different dimension altogether once again. I'm left here with loud. Yeah, I bet it would, mate. Yeah. So we've got a little 8-foot putt from right to left here, up 3 inches, just looking to roll this in. But you were on about changing the speeds, mate. I really think that the speed of the green complements the firm greens. It makes them quite receptive. And obviously some of the contours in the green and the way you've sloped it, I think with the faster greens, it'd be hard to get dialed into these pins.
Yeah, we were dialed into it. You're carving up the course.
Yeah, we're swinging well, mate. So hole number 12 is a monster par 5 playing 627 yards.
Yep. Again, there's a waterfall on the left side this time, with surrounded by sand, and I want to give you options. So you can go layup, you can go over, you can go on the approach. But not a lot of bunkers behind greens on this course, though. They're all pretty much in the front of the green. which is another interesting fact.
Yeah, right. And now you've mentioned it, mate. I never thought about that. But yeah, I think it makes sense to keep the hazards in front of the green. It's very rarely, I know very rarely from my experience, I overshoot greens, but it does happen from time to time. But how long did your bunker work take, especially in this hole?
Oh, I don't know. It takes a while. I mean, it does. You're trying to get the right depth, but I'd say I like to really bury mine. So
Yeah.
when you're in them, you're just almost over your head.
I was going to say, it must have been the depth. It took you so long to do this.
Yeah, thank you. Planting takes the longest. Sculpting, what I learned really from my last golf course, and that was the Bluffs at Montauk, is the Bluffs I really didn't do anything with sculpting.
Yeah.
I just kind of kept the terrain natural because that's kind of what I like to do. I like links style golf course, so it's minimal equipment. You're just okay. Let's lay a hole over here. There's 4 to 5 different bumps, and we're going to leave them. But in this course, I had to do that a little differently. I had to flatten it because there was a lot of elevation that was kind of unrealistic in that last course. And this course, I think it's more of a golfer's course, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it certainly is. Like I say, this really plays like a real course, and it's got stunning views. Really like the layout of the course. The tree lines are fantastic, mate. Like you say, it makes for an enclosed feeling. That's a nice putt there. Yep. We do pick up another birdie. I think that's 9 under, is it? 8 under. We are 8 under. I forgot we got a bogey. We did pick up a bogey, but hole number 13 is a relatively short par 3, playing 182 yards.
Now, Lee, this is the Redden. This is a Redden golf course. This is a Redden hole. I mean, this is a nasty green. If you over and attack that pin, it is ugly. And the bunkers
look at the slopes in this green, man. Unless you get prime location, you are just filtering off this green.
Yeah, and this is an actual cookie cutter Redden. I didn't really change anything.
I'm going at it with a 7-iron. I'm just trying to run this up towards the pin. It should start to turn left here, hopefully for me. Is it going to keep going? Is it going to keep going? Oh, it's a fantastic tee shot there. Hopefully we do get awarded with that stopping. But was that...
again,
sorry, on you go, Jason. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. On you go, bud.
Oh, no. I just... it's just... A par here is great. It's a good score because this is a tough green.
Especially, I can imagine this being a nightmare in higher wind conditions. But was that like steps you had in your bunkers there that we saw at the flyover on this hole?
Yeah, because that bunker's so deep. If you look at the real Redden, you would see you need steps to get down there. It's so deep.
Yeah,
and that's what I did.
It looked so steep, mate. Massive incline bunkers. But hole number 14, short par 4, playing 375 yards.
Again, you're going to see a lot of McDonald's layouts here. This is kind of inspiration came from the National on this hole.
I mean, you talk about course designers, real life course designers that inspire you, mate. Is there any designers out there in the Golf Club 2019 that make courses like yourself that you look up to and think, oh, wow, I really like his work, and I'm going to try and use his work as an inspiration for my next course?
Yeah, there's a lot of designers out there that I've seen that have played. I really gravitate toward more of the real style golf courses. I forgot the name of it. He was in a contest in the recent TGC contest, and it was, I think you played it, and it's kind of like a plantation style, maybe in Virginia somewhere. I forgot the name of it. Dang it.
Yeah, anyway. There's so many great designers out there, mate. Like you say, but I'm sure there'll be one guy we interview who's going to crop up your name into the conversation for designers he looks up to the way you're going, mate. But we're on a birdie hot streak here. So, hole number 15, par 4, playing 485 yards. Look at the views of this lake on the right-hand side. Wow.
Yeah, and then I kind of wanted it lined, and I want to give the golfer a second good approach. Maybe you can take on a little bit of that water. Again, pin number 4 is going to be tucked in the back of that green. So it's going to give a little more tempting spot to carry that water.
Yeah. But no, the layout of this course, mate, is absolutely fantastic. Every hole's got its own little bit of character, and you don't feel like you're playing the same hole twice here in this course. But talking about courses, what is your favourite real life course? What is your all time course that you just think, wow, I would love to play that course every day?
Well, Shinnecock. I'm sure Shinnecock Hills and the National are two of my favorite courses.
Yeah, I thought you might say Shinnecock, mate, because like you say, it's certainly, you can certainly see that you've got an inspiration from that course with some of the holes that we're playing here. But that is a fantastic course.
St. Andrews is one I really want to play. I mean, that would just be the pinnacle.
I've never played St. Andrews, mate. I'm not a good enough golfer to play it, but you can play it. I have had the luxury of walking around the course 2 or 3 times though, but it's just a majestic place, mate. It's magical. It really is. It's just a fantastic course, and for me, it's probably the best golfing course out there. Yeah. It's only 3-4 hours from my doorstep as well. So, my wife's family's actually from there. But yeah, it's a magical place, mate. Hopefully, you do get there one day.
I'd love to. Yeah. Now you're carving this up. You're 11 under par. Right?
Yeah, we're 11 under par here, mate. We are cutting this course up, but it is mild. I think we've got about 3 to 4 mile per hour winds tops, if we're going to be honest here. I would imagine, and double figure winds, which you would expect in a course as open as this that you would be playing in real life. That it would bring a different dimension and challenge to this course. But hole number 16 is another long par 5, playing 624 yards. But once again, what a beautiful looking hole.
Yeah, he thinks this one actually shares the lake, shares 17 as well, so they're routed that way. And then it kind of slopes down. You can see if the golfer takes on a big drive, they're going to get in trouble. We'll see how you do off the tee.
Yeah, I'm just applying a bit of fade here and hopefully try to turn the corner here and get a huge kick right. It should hopefully take us down towards the foot of this slope here.
And I wanted to reward a golfer who did that. I want to reward somebody who did take the big dog out and try to cut that corner a little bit.
Yeah.
And so you did that.
Yeah, I mean, there's very few golfers that I don't watch a lot of guys on YouTube, but a lot of them don't use the draw or fade. There's very few players that use it, and I just love using it because, one, you don't really know how much fade or draw you've got to put on it. Over time you do, but it's such an important arsenal to add to your game if you want to be a top player and cut courses up.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I'm not a good player in this game. I shot this hole and I was like 10 over, I think, on the whole course. I was terrible. But I've learned a lot from you, just de-lofting or lofting clubs. And, even in real life, when I play golf, I go, okay, I got to get this close. I'm going to de-loft it a little bit. And of course, I never get there.
Yeah.
It's golf, right? But
it's a beautiful game, mate.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, and it can be frustrating.
Yeah.
I threw many a club in the water or in bunkers trying to play this game, mate. I could just never get the hang of it, mate. I was a high handicapper.
Yeah, but it's frustrating, but it's fun.
Oh, it is, mate. It is, and I always seem to hit my best tee shot on the 18th, and it's like, wow, it's just doing that so I come back again,
Yeah.
But hole number 17, wow, it's another beautiful looking par 3. I've been really impressed with your par 3s, and this one's playing 176 yards.
Yeah, it's real hard to get a par 3 in a strategic way, and this one's a pretty simple, straightforward, hole. With a large green. I don't know. I think it's probably like an 80-foot green. I have to look at the guide to see the depth of it. But again, I didn't want to design this golf course where it was too punishing.
Yes.
I wanted it to be an enjoyable round of golf. And wow, man, that's going right to it.
You've certainly achieved that, mate. Because I have truly enjoyed this round here. Also, with your great company.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's good to watch it.
Yeah, and like I say, mate, it's great to have the designers along. It really adds an extra something to play in the course. But just before we forget, Jason, this is one of the questions that the guys from social media asked me to ask you. What is your favorite cheese?
My favorite cheese is mozzarella.
Mozzarella. There you go, guys.
I
So
love it.
every designer so far has been a cheese lover. So hole 18, final hole of this fantastic course, is a par 4 playing 362 yards.
Yeah, and then there's a clubhouse in the back. You see with some practice facilities back there. I kind of put that in there. Again, 362 yards. Didn't want it too long on the 18th. You walk up to a nice gallery up there. Coming back.
Yeah, it's a beautiful closing hole, mate.
Thank you. It was a good drive. Played slightly uphill.
Yeah, I was just trying to get this to the right center of the fairway, because once again I'm looking at the lie of the fairway, and with the green, the lie grid turned off, I'm trying to leave myself with flat shots as possible, and it should just be a little pitch shot in here. Hopefully we can dial this in to move to 14 under par. Is
this your best round you've played, Lee?
Oh no, mate, I think my best round's like 23, 24 under, but
oh my gosh.
The course was nowhere near this stature, mate. Nowhere near this stature. It was a Mickey Mouse course where birdies were prime. The greens had no challenge on them.
And it's pretty, I mean, watching you play it's fun to see. And I love watching your channel because as a designer, I can see your thought process.
Yes.
And kind of what you're thinking and why you're doing what you're doing. So it's really fun to watch it.
Yeah, and it's great, and it works both ways. But there we go, guys. Crooked Moose. Please get out there and play this fantastic course. You will not regret it. Jason, thank you so much for stopping by the channel and giving us your thought process on this fantastic course, mate.
Well, Lee, thanks for having me. Again, thanks for what you do for the community. I think it's a great thing. I appreciate you.
It's an absolute pleasure. That is a favorite and an undeniable 5-star. But that is it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit subscribe button. I will leave the link to Jason's website in the video description. Go and check that out. Until the next video, guys, take care. Peace out and love you all. Bye.